5 miles long. Oh, doo-dah day. I come down there with my hat caved in. Doo-dah, doo-dah. I go back home with a pocket full of tin. Oh, doo-dah day. Going to run all night, going to run all day. I'll bet my money on a bobtail nag. Somebody bet on the bay. The long-tailed filly and the big black horse, doo-dah, doo-dah. They fly the track and they both cut across, oh, doo-dah day. The blind horse stuck in a big mud hole, doo-dah, doo-dah. Can't touch bottom with a 10-foot pole, oh, doo-dah day. Going to run all night, going to run all day. I'll bet my money on a bobtail nag. Somebody bet on the bay. Old Muley Cow comes onto the track, doo-dah, doo-dah. The bobtail flings her over his back, oh, doo-dah day. Then flies along like a railroad car, doo-dah, doo-dah. Running a race with a shooting star, oh, doo-dah day. Going to run all night, going to run all day. I'll bet my money on the bobtail nag. Somebody bet on the bay. See them flying in a 10-mile heat, doo-dah, doo-dah. Round the racetrack then repeat, oh, doo-dah day. I win my money on the bobtail nag, doo-dah, doo-dah. I keep my money in an old tote bag, oh, doo-dah day. Going to run all night, going to run all day. I'll bet my money on a bobtail nag. Somebody bet on the bay. Going to run all night, going to run all day. I'll bet my money on a bobtail nag. Somebody bet on the bay.
All right, boys and girls, dads and moms, hello and welcome to yet another episode of Live Fridays. Yay! Here for the home video variety show. I'm Mr. Tom, your host and your friend. Are we friends? I think we're friends. Anyway, well, welcome. Every Friday, we try to have this little time together at about 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time if you're watching it live, or maybe perhaps you're watching it later on the replay, or however you do. It is nice to see you, nice to spend this time with you. We're going to talk about some songs, poetry, and some books. We are broadcasting live here in Florida. And I'm very thankful to say that the storm has passed us here. The storm did not directly hit this part of Florida. And I'm curious about you boys and girls. Where are you? What is the weather like for you right now? Has it been very stormy? I think we have a lot of friends in the Southeast, both in Florida and in Georgia, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama. I think a lot of you folks are out there and maybe have been impacted by this storm. And I just want to let you know that we have been thinking of you and praying for you. And again, well, here at our house, we had a very, very windy night. And maybe like some of you had a very windy and rainy night. And I'll show you some of our footage that we had from around the house, but I'll show you that in a little bit. First, I want to ask you guys a question. Now, last week, I can't remember the question I asked you guys. I know I've asked you about, if you know how to whistle, if you have a house plant, we've asked many questions, but this question, boys and girls, I want you to think about is, have you ever been stuck outside during a storm? And I mean a bad storm with like thunder and lightning and wind and rain. Maybe that was some of you just in the past 24 hours. I sure hope not. Hopefully you're inside and safe and warm and dry. But if you've ever been stuck outside during a storm, you know how intense that feels. I can tell you for myself, yes, several times I've been stuck outside during a thunderstorm. And probably one of the more recent ones I can think of was a couple of years ago when my son Ruben and I were backpacking up in the mountains of Georgia. And a thunderstorm came while we were out one night, and we're up on a mountain, and that storm cloud just seemed to surround that mountain. And we were inside the tent. It was nighttime, and the lightning, you know how when you hear a real flash of lightning that sounds like it's really close by? Usually that occurs every once in a while, but during that storm, it kept happening over and over again, the real loud crashing, and you knew it was less than a mile away. And it was scary. I definitely, I mean, we prayed a little bit, and but I wasn't feeling all that funny and wasn't feeling all that courageous. I think I just kind of felt like I felt like nothing. I felt rather numb, but we survived that experience, and now we have a good story to tell about how we backpacked and camped our way through a really nasty storm. But anyway, so if you boys and girls have a story like that, well, that is something. Well, anyway, so welcome again. This is, if you're just joining us, this is the Home Video Variety Show where we educate, entertain, and encourage you, especially you boys and girls that are developing. For those of you that are in classical conversations, we have some music that goes along with your memory work. Of course, memory work. I don't think I ever say that word quite right. But we also have some other songs that we do, like we just started with Camptown Races. We do some folk music as well because we like to entertain you with good things. Now then, before I go any further, we're going to hear from one of our friends in just a minute. But I want to remind you, parents or boys and girls, you can always sign up for our monthly newsletter. I'm just going to click on this right now, real quick. I'm just going to tell you, if you go to if you go to that top corner and you click the what is called a QR code, it takes you to a page where you can sign up for our monthly newsletter. And right now we have a special promotion. It's free, the monthly newsletter. It's entirely free. If you sign up, before November 30th, you will get to have a digital download of our Math Songs album. So what we'll do is when when we get your information, we'll send you out an email that has a little promo code in it, and you'll go to our store and put that in, and bam, you'll get some free music. Okay, well, without further ado, let us hear from our friend Grandpa.
Hey there, boys and girls, yet again. Well, before I tell you my super awesome, wonderful jokes,
yes, your jokes.
First, I need to ask you a question. What are some parts of an animal cell?
Animal cell, right.
Yep, do you know it? What are some parts of an animal cell? Nucleus, cytoplasm, vacuole mitochondria, cell membrane, Golgi bodies. Yeah. What are some parts of an animal cell? Nucleus, cytoplasm, vacuole mitochondria, cell membrane, Golgi bodies. Yeah, okay. Well, here's a little joke about an animal then. All right, what kind of bird is always sad? What kind of bird is always sad? It's a bluebird. All right,
a bluebird.
According to construction professionals, what is the best side of the house to put a porch on? It's the outside.
Oh, the outside.
Yeah, the outside of the house. That's
Very
where you
funny,
want to put
Grandpa.
your porch. Okay, here. This is kind of a wordplay
Okay,
joke
let's hear
for you. All right, you ready for this? What is heavy forward and not backward? Eh? What is heavy forward and not backward? It's the word ton. T-O-N. It's really heavy. When you put it going forwards, you spell the word backwards, it's the word not. Well, I hope you enjoyed these couple of jokes. Tell them to your friends, your parents. Tell them to anyone you know.
Tell the world. That's right. Thanks, Grandpa. Thank you so much. I like that one. It's ton forwards and not backwards. All right. Well then, we're gonna sing a song here. Let's see. Oh, and to those of you boys and girls that are in Virginia, looks like one of my viewers is over there in Virginia. Hello there, friends. Hello. And I hope that your rain is not too much, but I know we sometimes some of these storms can put out quite a bit of rain. So I hope you don't get any flooding, but maybe just get a little bit of mud to play in, I guess. But anyway, it's good to hear from all of you out there. Listen, let's sing a song together. Let's see. Let's want to do the Kingdoms of Living Things. I have a helper here. Come on, everybody. All right. I know, it's like you have to pretend that you're seeing an audience in front of you with these live streams. You just look at this number here. See, that tells you how many people are watching. And then you just kind of like, that's the secret of the internet. Okay. You know what happened, I think? Another secret to the internet is making sure you're tuned before you start a performance. Okay, here we go. What are the kingdoms of living things? Do you know what they are?
Not really.
Oh, don't worry, you will as soon as we start this song. What are the kingdoms of living things. Here they are. Animalia, I knew that. Planetae, Fungi, Protista, Archaea, Bacteria. What are the kingdoms of living things? What are the kingdoms of living things? One more time. Animalia, Planetae, Fungi, Protista, Archaea, Bacteria. What are the kingdoms of living things? What are the kingdoms of living things? All right. Thank you, boys and girls, for singing along. Thank you, Penny. Thank you for that marginal tambourine playing. Thank you. That was still pretty good. Tell you what, do you want to go give this tambourine to Mr. Phil, who's in the other room? Maybe just take it with you and put it over there, but I'm sure he'll find it. Anyway, okay. Well then, boys and girls, let's see. You know, we make some songs that go along with your classical conversations. Again, if you're not familiar with classical conversations, it's a classical learning curriculum. If you ever want to find a great resource for classical conversations, you can, of course, look at our website and kind of get to know the songs. But the best place is to go to CC Connect, and you go there by going to ccconnected.com is the way to find that. And so if you still can't figure out the information or can't memorize it, then come and see us, and we might have a song that goes along with it. All right, such as just recently, within the past, I think just yesterday, I redid the video of the parts of a flower. If you see this, I just put that out yesterday. It's the same song. What are some parts of a flower? Some parts of a flower are. It's still the same song, but we just updated the video just a little bit, and put a diagram in there just so you can kind of get that labeled a little better. Anyway, let us do some math work. Freddie, are you out there?
Hello, boys and girls.
Hello, Freddie.
I'm so glad to do this live show with you. Yeah. Are you ready to do some more multiplication facts? Yeah.
there's Grandpa.
Hey,
Hi, Freddie.
Grandpa. No, are you actually going to help me today? Or are you
Yeah.
just going to tell a joke?
Oh, I want to do both. I'm going to do both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's your joke?
Well, 69 is afraid of 70 because they had a fight once, and, 71.
71.
Yeah,
Hey, that's
69,
really funny.
70,
Thanks,
71.
Grandpa. Okay, boys and girls,
Yeah.
are you ready to do this? We're going to do the
Yeah.
9s and 10s.
Oh,
okay?
the 9s and
We're going to
10s.
start with the 9s.
Yep.
Here we go.
I'm ready.
9 times 1 equals 9.
9.
9 times 2 is 18.
18.
9 times 3 is 27.
27.
9 times 4 is
36.
9 times 5 is
45.
45. 9 times 6 is 54.
54.
9 times 7 is
63.
9 times 8 is 72.
72.
9 times 9 is
81.
9 times 10 is 90.
90.
9 times 11 is 99.
99.
9 times 12 is 108.
108.
9 times 13 is
117.
117. 9
Wow.
times 14 is
126.
126. And 9 times 15 is
135.
Yeah. That gets to be big numbers.
Yeah,
but
that's
the
a big one.
tens, the tens
Oh,
are
the
nice and
10s.
simple.
Yeah, they are. Just add a
Goes
0
like
at the end.
this.
Here we go.
9. Oh, sorry. Hey,
We're
10.
we're
yeah.
doing the 10s. We're going
Let's
to do the
go
10s.
with the 10s,
right?
sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
10 times 1 is
Is
10. 10 times 2
Is 20.
10 times 3 is
Is
30.
30.
10 times 4
Is 40.
10 times 5
Is 50.
10 times 6
Is 60.
10 times 7 is
Is
70.
70.
10 times 8
Is 80.
10 times 9
Is 90.
And 10 times 10
Is
is
100.
10 times 11
Is 110.
10 times 12
Is 120.
10 times 13
Is 130.
10 times 14
Is 140.
And 10 times 15
Is 150. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
you see that
hey,
pattern?
hey, I bet 10 times 16
10 times
is 160. Yep.
I think you're right. 10
Yeah.
times 16 is going to be 160.
I got the
You
pattern.
see that pattern.
Yes,
well,
I
thanks,
do.
Grandpa, for your help.
Yeah,
and
no
thank
problem.
you, boys and girls, for joining along
Thanks, Freddie.
on these multiplication
Yeah, good job,
tables.
boys and girls.
All right, thanks, guys. Thank you. In case you didn't catch that joke that Grandpa said, I know he said it rather quickly. He was like, well, 70 is afraid of 69 because they had a fight once, and 71. So it's that joke, 69, 70, 71. Anyway, sometimes his jokes are pretty funny. Some of them are a little bit less funny. But anyway, let us sing one more song together. This one, do you want to come and help me again? All right. Hey, good to see you again, Penny. Oh, did you? Oh, good. Yeah. Bring that tambourine back. Yes, we'll give it to Mr. Phil after this. All right. This is the classifications of living things. Different than the kingdoms. This is the classifications. Do you remember what the classifications of living things are? Domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. These are the classifications of living things. What are the classifications of living things? Domain, kingdom, phylum, and class. Order, family, genus, species. These are the classifications of living things. Yeah. These are the classifications of living things. Domain, kingdom, phylum, and class. Order, family, genus, species. These are classifications of living things. One more time? Sure. What are the classifications of living things? Domain, kingdom, phylum, and class. Order, family, genus, species. These are the classifications of living things. Woo! All right. Thanks. Thank you, Penny. Thank you for joining me. All right. Thank you. Let's see. Well, let's bring Jimmy out. I think he wants to tell you a poem. Yeah.
Hey there, everyone. Yes, it's me, Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy.
And I've got a poem to share with you, as I always do. I hope you like poetry as much as I do. And this one's called Celery. And it's by Ogden Nash. It's a really short one. Yeah, it goes like this.
Oh, yeah, celery.
Celery raw develops the jaw, but celery stewed is more quietly chewed. Yeah. Hey, maybe you could memorize that one yourself. Do you want to hear it one more time? Okay. It's Celery by Ogden Nash. Celery raw develops the jaw, but celery stewed is more quietly chewed. Yeah, there you go. Well, you can memorize that poem and tell your friends and your parents and everybody you know and just say what a great poem it is. Yeah, makes you look very cultured. Anyway, how would you like to sing a song too? Yeah, want to do Fertile Crescent? I don't have anyone here to help me, but we could just, oh hey Grandpa, we could just go like this. Mediterranean Sea, Mesopotamia, Euphrates River, Tigris River, Sumer, Fertile Crescent. Mediterranean Sea, Mesopotamia, Euphrates River, Tigris River, Sumer. That's the Fertile Crescent. Yep, that's the one. Yeah, way out there from the ancient days, the Fertile Crescent. Okay, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you for that little impromptu singing of Fertile Crescent. Yes, he also mentioned that that memorized poetry, the poetry memorization book from IEW. That is a great one. We use that here in our family. And I think some of you boys and girls have that celery poem already memorized. Like you already know ooey gooey and you already know celery because those are some of the first ones there and they're pretty easy to memorize. So you should try that. Yeah, go ahead and memorize some of those easy poems. Try to do it now. And then when you see family for Thanksgiving or Christmas, you can have a whole slew of poetry to recite to your family. And then your grandparents and grandparents will know just how great it is to be homeschooled. Okay, let us look at not an IEW product, but a little further down the ladder, and quite a little way further down the ladder, is one of our books. You can purchase this. This is our Latin noun declensions workbook. You basically get to see our characters and get to see, it's basically a chart of all these little things here. And at the very end, there's these little pages here that you can photocopy if you want and then kind of reproduce them. But that is for sale on our website. You can visit our website and we will ship it to you. So now then, but what I really wanted to tell you about is that boys and girls, you are free to write to us. Yes, you're always looking for opportunities to use your handwriting and use your vocabulary to write letters. This is something people used to do a very long time ago and not so much anymore. Now we write emails and text messages and we send GIFs to each other and memes or whatever. But if you would like to work on your writing skills, please write to us. We will write you back. Let me put the address up here for you. Yes, we have our P.O. Box 520971 in Longwood, Florida, 32750. We do get letters occasionally, and we are so delighted by them, and we do send letters back to you, and you might get a sticker from us. Okay. Well, without further ado, I think I'm not going to join him today. I think I'm just going to stay here. But before we talk about a great book that you can read with your family, here is Mr. Phil, the very talented Mr. Phil, and I think he has some quite a thing. He's already going.
Hello, boys and girls. It is I, Mr. Phil,
Yeah, we know who you are.
and I'm going to teach you a song about the Hittite Empire. If you don't know it already, it goes like this. Hittite Empire, Chusa, Asia Minor, Arabian Desert, Cyprus.
Wow, no hands. You're so talented.
How about I play drum too then?
Oh yeah.
Hittite Empire, Chusa, Asia Minor, Arabian Desert, Cyprus. Again, Hittite Empire, Chusa, Asia Minor, Arabian Desert, Cyprus.
You're so talented, Mr. Phil.
Hittite Empire, Chusa, Asia Minor, Arabian Desert, Cyprus.
All right, thanks, Mr. Phil. Thank you for that. Now, last week, Mr. Phil and I sang together for a couple of songs, but this week I'm over here, and I want to tell you about from our book bag here. We are going to pull out this book, The Wind in the Willows. Now, there are several different versions of this book that are floating out there, but if you are not familiar with The Wind in the Willows, well, then I highly, highly recommend it. You'll get to see the adventures of a couple of animal friends, Toad and Badger, and Rat and Mole. And Toad gets himself into a bit of trouble because of his his shenanigans, we'll just say. And it's a great story. You could probably find it at your local library. I'm sure you can. If they don't have this particular version, don't worry. There's several different versions, and there's also a little film I think that made about 30 or 40 years ago that's going around there. Those ones are great to see. That's The Wind in the Willows. So I will put a graphic of that up later this week on our YouTube page and on our social media. And so to remind you, The Wind in the Willows is a great one that you can read with your family, or as you, boys and girls, if you don't know how to read quite yet, and there's a lot of words in this book, you can look at the really great artwork, a lot of great pictures, and sort of figure out the story from that way. Anyway, speaking of the wind, my goodness, I wonder how many of you are having very windy days. We are actually right now, as I speak right now, the sun is coming back out, and there's still a little bit of a slight breeze outside. But we did have quite a windy day yesterday and a windy night. As a matter of fact, here, as I promised, I'll show you some of that video that we had yesterday. And then the wind, yes. Now, this particular tree in our yard is called a golden rain tree or a golden shower tree. And you see those yellow flowers, they develop at this time of year. And from the wind, they flew down everywhere and they flew all over the ground. So if you were to go outside in our yard right now, you would see yellow all over the ground, a lot of yellow all over the ground, like a golden shower, a golden rain. And that's why they call it that. Anyway. Well, boys and girls, this is the ending of our show. I thank you for sticking with us the whole time. We've talked about some poetry and books and everything else. We've covered a little bit of music, but I try to keep these things a little bit on the shorter side, just because I don't want you to spend your whole entire morning on a phone or on a screen or something. No. There's so much more to your life than what's on the internet. So much more. The people around you that are surrounding you in your life, your brother, your sisters, your dad and your mom, your grandparents, those are the important most important people in your life. So make sure you are spending the most time with them, having the most conversations with them, doing the most life with them, and not on a screen, because this is all just passing away. But those other things will be better things for you and more enriching for you in your life. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. And we will be back here next week, of course. And I just want to say we will be continuing to be thinking and praying for all of you that are still in the pathway of the hurricane as it still works its way through the south and up into the north a little bit. But you boys and girls, take care. It was nice to spend a couple of minutes with you. And you have a